Now the New Patriotic Party (NPP) I did some press conference. Now among some say, I say NDC for be the marriage among some near and Mrama who kind na any question moye. And no say after the election, yen name say about 2 hours and they said that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia did 2 more even my easier Juma Yembra. But after that. And you may be there was say offices, you will say police station, you will say pin sheet. Now no ana afenyo markings. Any central for Siade to we are Senegal men in say. I cut 13 constituencies are Omunian declare now every on one. And this if one call a dear betting some evidence about when I ran and away I no team, the pin sheet, ballot papers, boxes near the aqua says same. It is such a trust someone or says if you are seeing now Ghana this year, especially a year the president-elect John Dramani Mahama on her now on fun and to now should because I yes I know most more numbers. Yes, because we born ma but to win a benya obo kranwa yauna manankoto. It is almost so some more air corp coalition centers near there. And yes, and panebet, Yabusia, and some dear were brubi super babemua. Now, try to conversation near what ye near Samakasa, where they are to draw a far after the election, Yama Echoes one, Yakoneguti.
Entry candidates threaten party officials and threaten anybody they see as a threat, so called. In Ablekumanov, for instance. The parliamentary candidate there is under siege. Yesterday, she had a sleepless night. All manner of persons were at her residence in search of pink sheets. The question is, why is the NDC so interested in destroying evidence? Why are they interested in capturing pink sheets to destroy them and set them ablaze? This woman, Madame Ekuya Afriye, had to run for her life. It took the timely intervention of the police to protect her and to drive these NDC hooligans away. Okankwe Central, my respected colleague, Honorable Patrick Boama, is unable to sleep in his house because they are threatening him, thinking that he has a pink sheet at his residence. His constituency chairman is being looked for. His constituency secretary cannot sleep at home. All because they believe that these individuals have pink sheets. Why should a member of parliament fear for his life? All because he is participating in democracy. I would want to call on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to stop his people, to speak to his party people. This is not democracy. This is not the democracy we've all worked hard for. The hypocrisy is becoming too clear day in, day out. All of us are being threatened. In my own constituency, for instance, they have now come out with a lie, and unfortunately some media personnel are following such lie to the extent that, to the effect that a certain NDC constituency vice chairman cannot be found. It's a lie. They are using that to incite their party foot soldiers to attack MPP members, including my very self. When NDC was in opposition, of course, before the election, they were the ones who were all over fighting for the rights of Ghanaians. Even when a due process in court was being served on them, they cried foul. Today, the NDC leadership pretends that what their party foot soldiers are doing are being done on their blind side. But they are indeed encouraging it. We are calling on civil society to call on the NDC leadership, especially His Excellency President-elect John Dramani Mahama, to demonstrate his love for this country by stopping this action immediately. These individuals are moved in groups. Such attacks are planned and led by some MPs who are being promised juicy positions in government. And they are all over attacking parliamentary candidates. They are looking for pink sheets because they know that that is the evidence that we will use against them. If you go to Tema Central, for instance, the person who purportedly declared the Tema Central seat for the NDC candidate is not the returning officer for Tema Central. They called somebody to declare the result. When the rightful person who has taken an oath, who has deposed to an oath, sworn an oath to be the returning officer for the election, was not the one. If you consider this action in the light of all that is happening, one is compelled to ask that if NDC had lost the elections, what would happen? Is it the case that the leadership of the party had prepared, rehearsed, and plotted this, that in the event that they lose, this country should be made lawless? And because of that, even in spite of their winning, they are still proceeding to do this? At Obuasi East, our candidate was asked to choose between his seat and his life. He was locked up in his room at gunpoint and was forced to sign the final declaration, so-called declaration form. Why should such a thing happen? Is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama pretending not to be aware of all of these? All these things are happening before the media. The cameras are capturing all of these. And is this a country he wants to rule from 2025 to 2028? It is important that they don't just issue statements, but they demonstrate that they do not indeed support this action by stopping their boys. They buy them fuel, they give them pickups, and they move them to locations. We are aware. They cannot pretend that they don't know about this. Akwetia is a similar spot where they know they've lost, they scatter the place, and that is what they've done. My colleague, the majority chief whip, Honorable Ano Dompre, is also under siege, where they know they have lost but prevented the coalition from happening. Why should it be? Like my respected colleague and General Secretary of the party indicated in his opening statement, Dr. Mahamadou Mahomia conceded defeat in less than 24 hours after election. Indeed, within 16 hours after the elections, when our own data showed that the elections were not going in our favor, we did not wait for the Electoral Commission to come out with a declaration. The practice has been that a losing candidate would normally wait for the Electoral Commission to finish, make the announcement, and then he would concede. On this occasion, because we had a perfect system, a reliable data system, and we had scanners across the country, our agents gave us feedback, and in the very night, by midnight, we knew that indeed things were not okay. By 9 a.m., we have put it out there that Dr. Bawumia was going to address the nation. We did this in the interest of democracy. Why would the NDC, in an attempt to get 2/3 or more, going all over to destroy the country, destroy public properties, and even put fear and panic in the minds and hearts of our people who were candidates for the election? We call on the Electoral Commission to take immediate steps to reverse all these illegal declarations. Declarations that were not made out of properly collated results. Intervene. National headquarters should intervene. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission should intervene and respond positively to all the petitions brought before them and address these matters. We rest our case for now. General.
The majority leader said, we are equally calling on the National Peace Council, National House of Chiefs, Christian Council of Ghana, Catholic Bishops Conference, our National Chief Imam, organized labor, civil society organizations, the diplomatic communities, to, as a matter of agency and for the sake of our cherished and enviable record as a country that has for over 32 years practiced multi-party democracy, to come out and condemn the lawlessness from the NDC. And we call on the president-elect, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, to call his people to order and also allow the Electoral Commission to do its job. At the end of the day, that is the beauty of democracy. You can't have it all. Is it the case that the NDC is telling us that we are not needed in the next parliament? What kind of country do we want to have? And we are also calling on you, the media. You have been to these centers. You've seen, with your naked eyes, you've seen the truth. Why are you not reporting? You are the fourth realm of government. You are supposed to let the people know what is happening. You are supposed to condemn the NDC. Now, this is not the kind of country we want to have. This is not the kind of state we want to have as a country. Are we having a revolution in this country? Why should we happen in this manner? So, as the majority leader indicated, we are waiting to hear from the Electoral Commissioner with its decision on these constituencies. I'll repeat it again. Dome Kwabenya, Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, Afano North, Afano Southeast, Obuasi East, Akwetia, Suhum, Fantiakwa North, Insawa-Duji, Chiman South, and Aworin. And we are calling on the police that, Mr. IGP, the safety of this country is in your hands. Everybody is watching you. Everybody is counting on you. Let your men provide maximum security at all coalition centers so that the officers of the Electoral Commission can do their constitutional duty of making sure we have credible parliamentary candidates elect or members of parliament in our next parliament. So we want to thank you for coming to our office this afternoon.
Kakra man hui kyerɛ sɛ Kwame Nkagana basabasa yasi.
Alain.
Oh. Na wadi nkunim po ɛna wo sɛsɛ nneɛma yi. Wadi nkunim po ɛna deɛ yɛde di nkunim no wo hye no yi. Me ne wo kasa mprempren yi. Ahafo no north. Nana Ajiman Prempe ono woni kole ni pink sheets a enche se wadi nkunim. And so Electoral Commission intimi mu boy.
Alain.
Because NDC candidate no ne nkrofo say ya mpene ma no mu bo. Obosi East incumbent MP na o wini o sign wini biom no. Ya de no sheda mu ma no sign krata say wadi nkugo.
Why didn't they share them?
The security personnel there and then the NDC representatives. Your life or the position. Kwame. Mene wo ka say Okaikwe Central. Senior Patrick.
Ose Kokot.
Ai Kwame na ai pe yeto aba na police stations there work constituencies ye do. Ye den obi timi ka say odi enwotwe air declare results. How? Sometimes it's not Kwame, it has nothing to do with the law, friends, the question of law. Logic. So what din kunim ampa? I didn't yet do ya kind watch. Me no na kana. I didn't say what din kunim ampa. Umayan Fanka ho, Nyankai. What do you say? Abana Yabatono, make us send you ha. Make us say, a woman me prefer, and I may prefer Dr. Mahmoud Baumia winning. Now, make what we compare man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My one make us also say, dear Oba Boama Nefa, Woma Babontia Betua Banekese. I said in Yame Kese no, only bedding kunim. You remember I said that too? Challenge. I did not come then me as you want pa ye. One more a predictions are. Nyankopon ama ni tumi ada di say. Sebi on all sides or both sides. Obia ni one more ni nkom shabam. Obia ni ho omo ka say do mama na be wini o. When ka say Dr. Bamia na be wini o. Obia ni one more ni predictions. Abam.
Aso for no.
Me na me catch up kwame.
Na say bi omo ka say John Muhammad be din kunim.
They gave figures. I'm telling you that. Obian Hodma Okasem, Mahama Bewinia, Oma figure, Ebamu.
Musa Dankwa, and you're not yourself.
Now, Musa Dankwa, there are only figures, they say exact.
Well, by research, you only
so I'm not even talking about the research. You know my position on polls. As a researcher, I don't discount them. But my culture, that say media, the best opinion poll is declared elections results. I haven't changed from that position. If you say the dark side of data, and they say, "Obi wet my culture or can be actual or kwame," and yet they want the trim panel, but and yet no need the focus of my conversation. Me ka one more din yankopon di kika nsamwa. Nyame a chese. Sebi. Both sides. Sebi. And yet they me kan ye no and I say, and yet me na me suma mo. You're careful. Now, Deuteronomy, Kwame. That book, almost friend, the book of remembrance, Hebrew Kasamu Zaka. Ibino Sokano, Mishne Hatora, and I say, Hadi Barin. The words. Okasembi Ewo, Deuteronomy 8, verse 2. Kwame, remember. Never forget. Kai, a more rain feeder. Oh, my son, near my do any moon kaya. Never be brave, sabi from swore, and yadi be repeating. Now, prayer, ye kase chamajera. December by a 2 year. But on ye coup d'etat. A yardin tre. Figures, you know, say the sequel year one analysis message. This is not the time for vindication or damnation. It is time for reflection. This is the time for reflection. Or before be a friend of say Dr. Adams Gilchrist Adams. And or yes, someone be 1995. Drunk on the eve of Reconstruction. And he used Noah. Ya wa man chichire. Ya tu abawi. And once you sansono, ya hubi, ya hubi. Ya hubi fi say, ya ma ya hu kwan say ye behu. Posi sangene. Soldier for and band that for Electoral Commission. Chabanjana who is say EC officials be. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Chre Yadia Esubi Maye Ewa Yabako Semu under this Fourth Republic.
To say
Kwame, the first time that